G'day, welcome to Sumo's Projects. In today's video, I'd like to show you the 5 joinery techniques I use in my woodworking in my workshop that are rather easy to use and relatively inexpensive. So if this is the first time you're viewing Sumo's Projects, I'd love it if you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell for upcoming videos. So let's get into the video and I'll show you how I go about my joinery techniques. So first up, we have the good old hammer and nail type joinery technique that traces its origins back for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years, where simple constructs had to be made, but there was no type of power tools available. And as you can imagine, blacksmiths were in their peak of their trade, and they did forge and develop useful items such as these. And from time to time, I like to go back and resort to actually using these type of joinery techniques because it's somewhat therapeutic and a bit of nostalgia as well. So hammer and nail is still around, and it still will be in another 100 years. Number 2, we have dowels, and these are a brilliant way of joining 2 bits of timber together that requires little fuss. It just requires a little bit of marking out sometimes, or a bit of accuracy depending on which device you're using. And whilst you can pay a little bit extra to get more highly accurate type dowel jigs, things like this are relatively inexpensive. I think this was about $15, and it has 3 different size holes for 3 different size dowels. The good thing about dowels is the joinery is hidden, and for a lot of furniture projects it's something of a necessity. So you can always pick up one of these and create something really nice, and you don't have to spend a fortune doing it. At number 3, we have the humble screw. The screw, as well as the nails, can be purchased in a variety of type of finishes, whether you're doing indoor projects or outdoor projects. There's a variety of different drivers and drive heads that are available, being Torx or Phillips head, or even flat bladed. They're a thing of the past a little bit nowadays, but screws are a fantastic option for quick DIY projects where sometimes you don't want to worry too much about having a screw head revealed. Yet, if you do countersink the screw, you can then apply putties, sand them off, or even bits of timber, plugs. So there's always a way to hide the fact that you've used a screw. Number 4, no, it's not tomato sauce or ketchup or any other type condiment. It's actually the holding vessel for wood glue. Great thing about wood glue, it has it bonds very well to flat surfaces of wood, and as long as they've got a little bit of meat or thickness on them, you'll have no problem essentially just using wood glue, depending on the type of project you're doing and the type of resistance to pressure and type of loads that it has to take. So wood glue is a fantastic product, and something you can always use with most of the other type joinery tools that are available as well. So number 5, we have the good old pocket hole joinery system. This type of joinery is a fantastic way for most DIYers to get into any type of woodworking and project making. The concept of pocket hole joinery was developed on the basis of years ago, where you'd have to join 2 bits of timber together, and you'd have to skew one bit through on an angle, and that would then penetrate into the adjoining bit and essentially hold those 2 pieces together. Whilst probably still used in carpentry or house building, now there are jigs on the market that allow a screw. So you have a jig, pre-drill, and then you can drive this screw in on the 15-degree angle, and it'll join your surfaces up very strongly indeed. So it's a quick tool to use, and it's one of my go-to items when I'm looking to construct something and not needing too much time. So at number 6 we have the humble biscuit. Now, whilst these might look good and appetising, there's an advisory note: do not try to eat these. They don't taste very good and they're very difficult to digest. I had problems last time. Anyway, back to the point. Biscuit joinery is a fantastic way to also join two pieces of timber together, and it's probably one of the easiest and most accurate ways to get the job done by the means of a biscuit jointer. These can be purchased probably under $100 depending on the brand you go for, and I tend to like this one in particular. It has a lot of good features like line-up marks and all that sort of thing. The great thing about biscuit joinery is there's a little bit of room for wiggle, so you don't have to always be 100% precise in your alignment, because these are a little bit under the size of what they're supposed to be for the cutout, and you can always make things fit and marry up very nicely. So they're my workshop hints on what I use in my projects. If you have any others, please leave them in the comments below. And the thing is, these are quick and easy things. So if you're someone who likes to do mortise and tenon joinery, that could take you a little bit longer in table saw setup and dado blades and all that sort of stuff. So I like these techniques, and I hope you find that these are something that you might aspire to use yourself. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't, subscribe to Sumo's projects, and I'll see you next time around. Hooroo!